Hello everyone, this is Real Estate Zoe out here in Houston, Texas, and today in this video I just wanted to touch on some topics regarding the Texas real estate exam. I really just wanted to talk about the actual test. I've just recently have taken the real estate exam in Texas and passed it, so I am now a realtor. And something in real estate, as far as making money in real estate, you can be a real estate investor and not have a real estate license. Having the license will allow you as an investor to understand both sides of it, investing in real estate from a realtor's point of view and an agent. You're able to, there's deals and exit strategies that you can perform if you have a real estate license that you won't be able to perform as an investor legally. So, I do recommend, if you're an investor and you want to kind of take your strategies to the next level, having a license is something that can definitely help. I will warn you that getting a real estate license is not something that's easy or should be taken lightly. There is a lot of classwork and studying and tests, and then you have to pass the final state licenses. So I want to talk a little bit about that. From my experience, I did my classes. I took online classes, and I had to pass 6 classes. After I passed the classes, I was given a certificate of completion. Once I had that certificate of completion, I just went ahead and emailed those over to the Texas Real Estate Commission in Austin. So their email address you can find at their website, and you can just email them your 6 completed classwork. So I think all in all, it's 180 credit hours that you end up passing. So once they have that, you also need to take your fingerprinting. So I went down, I did the fingerprinting. It didn't take long. I think it may have cost $41 or something like that for the fingerprinting, but I was able to knock that out in about 15 minutes. And then upon the completion, within the school I went to, we had study exams. So it was kind of like a pre-test that you could take. And the pre-test was very helpful. The teacher instructed that you take the pre-test over and over again until you're able to successfully get maybe 85% on the test. And that should set you up for success when you go and take the real test that will be proctored. So, all in all, I studied. I took the practice exams, and then I went to go take the real test. And a couple of things I want to let you know about the real test. Now, my practice exam covered a lot of the material that was on the real test, but not all of the material. So some of the questions, actually more questions than what I was hoping. I had no idea what the questions were about or the answers. I kind of used some of my reasoning based upon what I had been learning to kind of, educate a guess on what makes sense. So I will tell you that a couple of things that was on the test that I wasn't expecting, or you may want to look out for. You definitely need to memorize when it comes to square footage, when it comes to acres. You need to memorize, how many square feet are in an acre or how many feet are in an acre. Because when you're on the test and you're doing your math problems, that's something that they're not going to provide for you. You have to already know that. So that was something that kind of was a road. I don't know how I did on those questions because I didn't get the results. I did pass it, but I don't know how I did. But that was something that definitely stumped me. A couple other things. If you're studying, you want to pay very close attention to the contracts and the relationship between the agents, the brokers, the client, the customer, or it may also be labeled as the buyer or the seller. A lot of those questions are going to ask in different ways. What's legal for a real estate agent to perform? What's legal for a real estate broker to perform? What are your duties to a seller that you're representing? What's your duties to a buyer you're representing? The difference between like a dual agent and someone who's acting as a dual agent, what's their roles and responsibilities? All of those are things that, like I said, they were asked in a lot of different ways. And so you really want to pay close attention to that. Also, on the state test, which was a lot harder, it talked a lot about businesses and how can a business lease out property, or how can a business buy property? So it was questions surrounding that. And that was something that wasn't on my exam, my practice exams. So other than that, everything else that was on the practice exam was pretty much covered. But like I said, the contracts, you have to have a thorough understanding of what situation is a contract, which contract is appropriate in what situation. Also, like for example, if someone wants to come, if the police or the government wants to take over a property, how can they do that? You know, what's the term for it and things like that. You got to definitely have an understanding of probate, and if someone pass away unfortunately and does not have a will, how does that estate take place, the division of that estate and things like that. So those are some of the things I would suggest that you really study if you're going to go ahead and take the exam recently on top of what you're learning in school. So I hope that helps. Any questions you have more specifically, feel free to hit me up, Real Estate Zoe. You can tweet me at Real Estate Zoe. You can call me at 832-768-8717. That's 832-768-8717. Until I'll talk to you next time, Real Estate Zoe.